Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you guys are watching this video. Track Stopper back at y'all with another one. Thank you for tuning into 808s and Kicks. So today we're gonna talk about a pair of foams that me personally, I'm glad I finally got my hands on. I'm glad that Nike finally released these. Yeah, you know, I love foams. That's one of my top pairs of sneakers that I truly enjoy. I mean, I would say it's probably in my top 5 favorite pairs of sneakers that I love, you know, adding to the collection. So it's always a good time for me when I get a pair of foams that I like and can put in the collection, you know what I mean? But with all that being said, let's go on and bust those bad boys out. All right, guys. All right, here we have it here, and they come in your all black box with that glossy Nike writing all over them. And of course, you already know I got these in my size 9, true to size that I always go on my foams. Can't go wrong with it. Cannot go wrong with it at all. So one thing I'm gonna say is, before we actually bust these out the box, I feel like they could have gave us the all white Nike box. That foams used to come in the all white boxes years back and stuff, and being that these are the triple whites, I remember my pair of triple blacks came in an all white box. I would have preferred for the triple blacks to be in an all black box, and the triple whites could have came in your all white Nike box. It just would have set things off. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, if you've never seen an all white box, I'll show you. All right, guys, here we have it here. This is the all white Nike box that I'm talking about. See how that looks? It's all white. It's basically the opposite of the black box. I just feel like they could have gave us the triple whites in a white box. No big deal. No big deal at all. No harm, no foul. It's not a deal breaker for me, but that's just my little spiel, my little 2 cents for what it's worth. Now, busting them out the box, there's nothing going on. You got just the all white under the lid here. These do come in your Nike wrap paper. I do apologize if my camera's not picking up on it, but it basically comes in your Nike paper. Just says Nike all over. It's very faint. Now, let's go and bust those bad boys out. All right, guys, here you have them fresh out the box, looking nice and crispy, clean. Little snowballs. We have here our Air Foamposite 1 triple whites. Now, one thing for sure, a lot of people might mistake this for a pair of foams that came out back in 2013, better known as the Whiteouts. These are not the Whiteouts. They similar to them, but there are differences between this pair and the Whiteouts. Unfortunately, I don't own a pair of the Whiteouts, so I can't do a side by side and compare them. I do know, just from, you know, me remembering what the Whiteouts look like, I do know that this carbon fiber is a major difference from the carbon fiber that was on the Whiteouts, and I want to say that the finish on the upper is a lot different. It doesn't have that much of a glossy finish on the upper like the Whiteouts did. Other than that, you got yourself an all white pair of Foamposites. So jumping right into things, of course these come with white laces on them. You can't go wrong with that. It wouldn't be a pair of triple whites if it did not have matching laces to just complement the rest of the shoe. Of course, you get your Nike swoosh right here on the toe box. Back of the shoe, you get your 1 cent logo. And of course, on the tongue of the shoe, you get another one of those 1 cent logos just to top it off. Show you guys, get a better look at that. There's your 1 cent logo on the tongue. Inside the shoe, nothing special going on. It's all white as well, with the Nike Air sign on the insole as well. Bottom of the shoe, you got it all whited out. Just like any other Foamposite 1, you get that nice little traction powder going up and down along the shoe, along the sole of the shoe, that is. You get your 1 cent logo right here on the ball of the shoe, and of course the carbon fiber shank plate right there on the arch of the shoe. Now, one thing I will point out is the material in this foam, just like the Psychic Blue foams. I don't know if you guys seen my Psychic Blue foams video. It seems a bit more soft. Now, some people are thinking that maybe it's Nike using a cheaper grade of material. Me personally, I was under the assumption that Nike used a different kind of material versus what they used to use in the past to help the shoe mold to your foot a little bit better. Now, don't quote me on that. I could be wrong, but that's just me making an assumption. Maybe it is cheaper material. I don't know. All I know is at the end of the day, the technology remains the same. The longer you wear it, the more you wear it, the more that shoe will start foaming to the shape of your foot. I mean, there's just nothing else to it, right? So we have also seen other pairs of white foams. We've seen the Olympics. We've also seen the Penny Hardaway PE, but they were not all white like this pair is, that's for sure. One thing for sure, I do like the milky white bottom. It's kind of got a little tiny bit of a translucent touch to it. Only problem I have wearing all white sneakers is when you wear your sneakers, the ground is dirty. The bottom of the shoe is definitely going to get dirty. Now, you could probably put your sole protector on it if you care about that. Or like me, with a lot of pairs of my sneakers, when I'm done wearing them and when it's time to clean them and put them back in the box, not only do I just clean the upper of the shoe, I'll also clean the sole of the shoe. It's going to be very interesting to see when this shoe age, how yellow the bottom is going to be. You know, would it be yellow or would it turn brown like the whiteouts when the whiteouts age, you know? Me personally, I don't think that'd be a problem. I'm one of those sneakerheads that sometimes feel like when a shoe with the little translucent bottom or icy bottom start aging, not all sneakers, but a lot of sneakers, it just adds character to it and stuff. It gives you that natural age look versus some of the sneakers that Nike be coming out with. They try to like force it up on it and give it that pre-aged look already, and the shoe is still pretty much considered new. I mean, that's just my opinion. Some of you may disagree, and it's okay to disagree, right? One thing, another thing I also want to look at this and say is, when you look at this sneaker here, it kind of reminds you of the all black Anthracites. So if you're looking at the Anthracites, this is pretty much the complete opposite of it, except it's just all white. Let me go and bust a pair of those out. All right, guys. All right, here we have it here. These are your black Anthracites, all black Anthracite Foamposites. And if you see, look at these side by side. These are pretty much got the same features. It's just black and white. You know, putting these two together almost gives me like that yin yang look, you know. I'm glad I got an all white pair of these. You know, I got a pair of all black these Anthracites, and now I finally got my all white pair. I feel like, you know, I feel a little bit more, I feel complete, I guess you could say, you know. The thing is with these, I like the fact that black doesn't show dirt as easy as a white pair of sneakers do. Other than that, same technology, same shoe, Air Foamposite 1, black, white, you know. Which one you guys prefer if you was to pick? Would you choose the whiteouts or would you choose the Anthracites? Which one y'all going with? Definitely let me know. Let's go and put these bad boys away. Not to mention that all black pair is not the only pair of all black foams we've seen. We've also seen the triple blacks, except those had more of a suede upper, you know, versus these white ones, not a suede upper. And to be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. When I heard that they were calling these the triple whites, I was thinking to myself, okay, the triple blacks had a little bit of a suede upper. What if they did that with these? I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad they didn't. You know, that way this shoe does not attract dust and dirt both at the same time so easy. But enough of that talking. We're going to take a closer look at these bad boys, and then we're going to wrap this bad boy up with an all white crisp clean upper. 1 cent logo on the tongue, 1 cent logo on the back of the shoe, milky white translucent bottom with that traction that we see on all Air Foamposite ones, and your 1 cent logo. Not to mention your carbon fiber shank plate. This is definitely one for all fans of Foamposites, or if you're looking for something that's clean and white for the summer. So what do you guys think? Are you a fan? Or are you not a fan? Let me know what you guys think. Alright guys, there you have it. A look at your all white Nike Air Foamposite 1 triple whites. Not a bad shoe in my opinion. Very, very nice. Something clean, something crisp for the summer. You know, when you think of the summertime, you think of those bright colors, you know, neon, you know, white, you know, those, you think of those lively colors that just adds that feel to the season, you know. And I feel like this is a perfect pair for the summer. You know, put these on with a nice little fit, you're stepping out looking good, you know. And not to mention, white goes with a lot of things, you know. That's the benefit of having an all white pair of sneakers, or of course if you have an all black pair of sneakers like the Anthracites we're looking at. But I would definitely love to know what you guys think. Did you guys go for a pair of these? Did you say that you would pass? I know foams are not for everybody. I know some people love them, some dig them, and some actually hate them. Me personally, I'm one of the people that truly have a passion for foams. I love the shoe, and it's okay to be different. These did sell out. I was kind of shocked. A part of me was shocked, another part of me wasn't. Yeah, these didn't sit on Nike that long. I don't even know if they did any restocks on these bad boys. If they did, you know, definitely put something in the comment box, guys. But these sold pretty well, and I think these did exactly what Nike wanted them to do. You know, whenever Nike's selling sneakers, that's profit for them. Hey, business is booming, right? But other than that, guys, if you can, I would love it if you can just hit that subscribe button down there so you can stay up to date on the latest and greatest when I'm dropping something new. And you know what? I like making friends, and you know what? You guys are all my friends. Hit that subscribe button, please, if you don't mind. But other than that, guys, we're gonna wrap this bad boy up. Stay blessed, stay fresh. Love your loved ones like it's no tomorrow. Until then, I'm gonna see you all very, very soon on the next one. Peace.